There aren't a lot of good guys fighting for freedom and smaller government out there, but the Canadian Taxpayers Federation is one of the few. We're joined now from Calgary by their Alberta director, our friend Paige MacPherson. Paige, great to see you again.
Thanks so much for having me, Ezra.
Well, it's my pleasure. Now, you're in the news because you are one of the few folks holding politicians to account on the issue of stopping their voracious appetite for tax dollars. Tell me the latest battle you're having in Calgary. The mayor there, Nenshi, my old debating partner from college days, he's always been a lefty. He's the mayor. He wants to raise taxes, doesn't he?
Yes, well, what the mayors have advocated for, big city mayors here, so in Calgary, it's Mayor Nenshi, in Edmonton, Mayor Iveson, have advocated for city charters. So that's a special agreement between the province and the cities that would give them the power to impose new taxes, such as, let's say, a citywide sales tax here in Calgary. This is something that the mayors have been long advocating for, particularly Mayor Nenshi. And what we are saying is that they should be put to a referendum before that decision is made. The province does not have the moral authority to give those powers to the city without first asking those city residents, who of course are going to be paying those taxes, whether they want them or not.
Common sense. Now, what did Mayor Nenshi say when you put forward the Democratic suggestion of a referendum? I mean, frankly, I'm surprised that you guys didn't come out with a forceful no, kill this idea right away. You said, all right, well, let's put it to the people and let's duke it out, which is actually, I think, giving him more rope than he deserves. But even when you said, let's be democratic, let's put it to the people, he gave a shocking answer, didn't he?
Right. So yesterday, on Wednesday, he told the Calgary Sun that we spent millions of dollars on our No TransLink tax campaign in BC, which is a campaign to advocate against a 0.5% sales tax for transit in a referendum that's happening there, that the premier there, Christy Clark, made happen, which is good. Now, of course, this is wildly untrue. Our No TransLink tax campaign, which is mostly organized by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, actually spent less than $40,000. It was the big city mayors who are advocating the yes side or for that transit tax that actually spent millions of dollars, $6 million or in and around that area. And of course, those are tax dollars that were not used for public transit. They were used on that campaign.
Now, we interviewed Jordan Bateman, your BC colleague. It was incredible. I mean, he's one guy with less than 40 grand fighting folks literally with 200 times more money that they wringed out of taxpayers. So they're taxing people to lobby them to tax them more. It's interesting to me that instead of saying why you were wrong, Nenshi made a personal epithet. Oh, you just bully, you buy, you are not ethical because you just think money can trump everything. He went for the ad hominem, which is his style. I've known him for 25 years. He likes to smear when he's backed in a corner. It's very weird that way. What did he say when you corrected him that no, you had not spent millions? It's the pro-tax side that spent millions. You guys spent less than $40,000. I've never known Nenshi to ever apologize for getting it wrong. I like to say I apologize once a year, whether I need to or not. I've never seen him do it. He sort of dug in, didn't he?
Well, first of all, he questioned our credibility when he made this statement to the Calgary Sun. He actually said we need to look into the credibility of these organizations that are putting this forward, and then referenced us spending millions of dollars on this No TransLink tax campaign, which of course is false. So for us, for an organization that's supported by voluntary donors and supporters, it's actually a very major issue that the mayor of a major city would make a public statement saying that we're spending donor money in a way that we aren't. So we demanded today that he apologize and retract this false statement that he made. Now, he responded on Twitter to us, as he often does, and he first, said that he sort of danced around the issue, and then he got to it, and he said, okay, I'm sorry for getting the number wrong. And I've asked him since then, okay, you've gotten the number wrong. He said he still agrees with his basic premise, though. And I think that calling our organization into question, calling the credibility of the Canadian Taxpayers Federation into question over a tax issue, using a false number, that he said, a public statement, I think that deserves a full retraction, and I'm still waiting for that full retraction from Mayor Nenshi, but he did say sorry for getting the number wrong.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to apologize to you for his insinuation. I've known him for 25 years and I've never known him to swallow his pride. I am so glad that you were there to hold his feet to the fire, because frankly, no one else in Calgary is doing it. Paige MacPherson, you keep up the fight. Before we go, for people who do want to help you, what's your website that people can chip in $50, $100, whatever? What's your website?
Sure. So it's taxpayer.com. And of course, we appreciate all of the voluntary support that we get.
Paige MacPherson, great to see you. You're watching TheRebel.media.